Hi folks, welcome to our second top 8 game from the cut of the Friendly Open. So this is Season 9, Event 5, just 8 players taking part. And we've already seen one game, not updated quite yet because we had to collect all the factions. So this is going to be the second one played, and it's Radek against Argento. And let's go straight into it. The players have started a little bit early. Luckily, just let us know just in time so that we can record it. And as you can see, it's two very strong decks. So Radek playing Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill, which he doesn't usually play, but it is a strong deck at the moment. And Argento is playing Stark Fealty. That deck tends to survive all kinds of things that the opponent throws at it, right? So we'll see against all the resets. So the Crown is one plot, and I'm guessing maybe Return to the Fields is in the deck as well. So timing those correctly and yeah, going as quickly as possible, then he might have a chance here. So we have coppers as the opening plot, well, behest into coppers. We have Summer Harvest, which is not hitting very well. And we even have cancel for the econ. So I guess counting on the fact that 4 gold is not much, and yeah, for 5 you can put stuff in, and for 6 as well. If the econ gets cancelled, then not so much. So still Fealty. Let's Argento put in Northern Armory and the duped area, which is pretty nice, but yeah, no fast AD or anything like that. And duped Dorn, but he is going to play without a board, so he's going to concede all the unopposed power here. No intrigue icon. And we have recon, so okay, no challenges. Not going to feed Dorn or walk into his Viper Eyes. So what's the plan? Just take dominance, wait for a better time. There is Renown on Jason. The recon, I was just thinking, so if there's heir to the Iron Throne, you could sack him, get something bigger, but I guess the more important thing is to get dupes here. And against Knights of the Hollow Hill, this heir does not win initiative, so stuff getting killed, and then Arya you can trade for whatever the biggest character is that you get, I guess. Well, not the worst card. She can stop some stuff. Can attack on power now without threat of Dorn being annoying. But you can control her one Shadow City Bastard takes care of her. So let's see what Radek's plan is now. There is some gold. And with Brangon, if the plan was to play some Last of the Giants into Varys, that is now available. Not a lot of damage done so far against a completely empty board, so we'll see how it goes this time. That's a good one. And there is gold to pay if it gets cancelled. Now do you take Bran back? Or do you take Arya because she dupes herself? And there she is. All three icons. Now there is Starfall, of course. Yeah, so I've seen this before from Argento. Not playing very aggressively, just passing challenges all the time, defending power. And yeah, it's always seemed to work. She's double duped, but of course that does not protect against Marched. And I'm guessing her intrigue icon is going, right? Her power icon is going. Well, that's a bit weird because there is another one. And now what? Pass again. 7 cards, so no guarantees that there's Varys and last of the Giants. And there isn't. So if you don't feed Dorn, takes a while to get that, but these decks tend to play Exchange of Information, 2 copies. And we've seen players open with those 2 plots in the World Championship, but Radek so far has saved them. It's a double coppers deck. Well, exchange is restricted. So if he's not playing, I'm guessing if he was playing 1, he would surely be playing 2 copies instead of coppers. So there could be a different restricted card here. Wonder what though, because this deck has mainly been left alone by the last restricted list. That's why it's become so strong. Yeah, and this is pretty decent now for Argento because he's found Daisy and the Crown can keep her in play. Yeah. Morgulis is gone. There could still be the Stranger. Then you need to have a character that survives, and the spread of costs is not bad for Argento because he has 4 cost characters that are valuable. He has 2 characters with cost 3. So I can just pick one and kill most of them. And again he keeps that to gold and the standing water gardens. Now 12 cards in hand, so chances of having the combo a lot bigger. So what's the plan now? Just pass again? Or go for it? At least Caitlyn will be doing a challenge, I think. And Daisy has Renown, so you don't want to waste that either. Doing nothing. Well, power would be unopposed. There's nothing to claim. And if Caitlyn were to attack, of course Dorn would be blocked. But doesn't bother. Okay, so takes Winter Festival, takes Dominance. Next round there will be power to take. Now, is there Varys into... I guess into the Stranger doesn't work, would have to be into Marched. And then try again later. But still doesn't have it. And now if you do the Stranger, you just kill the Bear Island Scout, which is not great. From Argento's point of view, of course, he would select the 2-coster, and Radek would select cost 3 maybe, which leaves Caitlyn, Daisy and Arya without a dupe, so it's not doing great work. But as we can see, this plot deck is a little different than the ones we've seen recently, especially at the World Championship. The 2 French players played 2 copies of Exchange, and there was the Stranger. Here we have Heads on Spikes, which hits. Not a key character though. And absolutely no danger of getting Varys in dominance here, so Radek would just need to marshal him. And there he is. And something went into shadows, and if it's a character, can't come out, which means Mira can't blank him. Okay, so he discards, and Bodyguard does save from that. So in the current situation, after Varys, there would be 3 characters. So not a good Marched, and no Morghulis left. Even some draw potential, because in Dominance you can then use Wyman on anything that doesn't survive. Yes, attacking the Intrigue icons. That's what he was afraid of, I think. Okay, so 1 character gone. I'm guessing the other card is not great. do you try to stand her and do military? It's going to do it without standing her. Yeah. Probably vengeance here, but it's not a big deal. Just get something and draw for Wyman. Or is there something else? When I woke would be pretty terrible here for Argento. Nothing, just a bluff. And that's the last card gone. Two copies of this, okay. So, is Argento still going to be fast enough, is the question. So he's going to draw for Wyman. The characters that are not duped, I guess, are going here. Maybe in dominance as well. It's up to 11, and if he has another Winter Festival, that's pretty decent. I'm guessing he doesn't. Guessing there's a reset and the crown. And bodyguard discarded. Okay, what can you do for 0 gold? I guess hard regrow again. Yeah. Now it's a better march to the wall here. Get rid of Arya. And Radek must be pretty happy with his hand here. Discarded 2 Grimblood Traders. Yeah, some more of those Shadow City bastards to control Caitlyn next round would be pretty decent, I think. That's awkward. Now if Radek goes first, Argento will be forced to take the dupe of Caitlyn. And now with an empty hand there's even a threat of Radek going for the military challenges. That's not a good plot for this particular matchup, but if he does win, could come in very handy for the other 2 games. Well, obviously, much better to ambush her. But I guess the gold maybe doesn't work out. 6 still left. And that's plenty. Yeah, I had to bring her out if you wanted to dupe. Currently nothing to blank, and the stuff that comes in with ambush, Dornish spies, you can't really counter them. But you could, if it's something like this. I was going to say if it's Shadow City Bastard, but yeah, this works as well. So now some damage could be done here. Now, would be nice for Radek if he could give one of the characters a power icon. Martell can do that very easily, but this deck, not sure if it plays any Princess Plan. And he has Intimidate, so it's additionally awkward here. Yeah, I guess the dupe is going, and then what? Stealth character, but no power icon. Yeah. And the Intimidate gone as well. So that's not awful. He needs a bit more, does Radek. Now, is there any more? Takes one icon and he has more ambush. Gold at least. Whether he has the characters, I don't know. And last of the giants, there's no max on this, so could play this to put in lies or something. So I guess Caitlyn does Intrigue. Wyman tries to do power. Intrigue first, because there could be Burning on the Sand or Vengeance. Yeah, that's not going to work while Caitlyn is in the challenge. So that's a bit of a misplay, unless it was a misclick. Didn't want to lose it to claim, I guess, but what he should have done was to ambush it before Argento started the Intrigue challenge. Happens. Usually the game won't let you do much anyway, right? When she is participating, so you don't get to misplay. But this is ambush can still be used. It's not a triggered ability, and then yeah, you can do it, and it stops you doing the reaction. That's when you realize. So I guess this one gets cancelled, countered, I guess, with vengeance or with burning to stop the claim if it's possible. It's going to try with Dorn as well, I think, to find one of those cards. And he does. And just in time, I would say. Because that would have been 12 and the possibility of standing him to win dominance. Now I wonder what the last plots are. Is there a second? I'm guessing there isn't a second Winter Festival. He might have played that already. And what's here? For snow. Maybe there's the crown. Ah, there is the stranger, okay. So he's waited for a half decent chance and he wins the initiative. Has to go first all the time just to stop air bringing a dupe in. But now air can trigger. So no more dupes of Caitlyn. Question is, does he trade her for something else or just keep? So Radek gets the plots back and he has draw, he has marched, he has Morgulis and heads on spikes. And he has behest, which usually Martell players, if the plots turn around, they tend to play behest again to see what the 7th plot is on the other side, so that you can play a possible counter. Yeah, what does he do? Does he sack Arya? He doesn't, because she gets a dupe. It's risky. There could be he calls it thinking on this and then just have Arya, where Caitlyn was possibly a better character, but yeah, going for dupes. And Starfall and Nymeria means you need yeah, quite a bit more. I wonder if he plays on a Misty Morn, because that would be awesome here with Dornish Spies, right? Just completely win one of the challenges phases. Plenty of econ. Maybe one of those Bear Island scouts again. If he has the crown, anything with cost 1 would be okay. Or cost 1 with strength 1. That includes Daisy. Well, okay. You can put Sansa in a challenge with him somehow, but I think now Radek will target some icons. Let's see. Well, taking both power icons seems like a decent start. Not much you can do. So 10-6. Now let's imagine that Arya and Eddie can do a military challenge together and doesn't get disrupted. If it's unopposed, that's 11, and then there's double renown, which would be 13. maybe try to use the location to win dominance. That's 14. And then you play Winter Festival. Yeah, but still have another plot to get that back, and Eddard is unprotected, so it's not going to work out. He will need another proper round. And if there's vengeance, it's going to hurt. There isn't. Do you stand Eddard here to win dominance? You do. Another Varys. If he doesn't have it, he's going to have to do it with plots, which is a lot more difficult. And okay, so I guess Behest. See what the situation is, and then if you can Morgulis, you do. And it is the crown. It's not going to keep anyone alive. So I guess you have to kill, unless you have a lot of icon control, you have to kill Eddard here, right? Leaves you with Arya, she has 1 power, and leaves Argento on 13. Yeah, hopefully no serious connection problems to ruin the game. So let's remember we have a bunch of coppers, we have heads on spikes. The stranger can't really do much here, so I think unless he thinks he can draw with coppers into some kind of, let's say, Last of the Giants into Lysa or something, or a lot of icon control, I think he will go into Morgulis. Then what was the summer situation? Does he play any summer plots? I don't think so. So he knows that next round there's a very good chance of a Winter Festival. So he can't leave Argento on 14. Which I guess, depending on the hand, should be possible. So he kills these two. Arya is left without a dupe, which means no military icon, so just Starfall gets her. And now what? So Summer is dead. Bear Island Scout into Daisy, something like that would be pretty good. Well, big character with renown can be controlled by Shadow City Bastard. Winterfell potentially stops some tricks as well, like Vengeance on the power climb. So let's see. Is there a Lysa here in marshalling? That would be pretty nice. Gets around the bodyguard as well. Or even a Venomous Blade just to kill Arya, then you go for that power icon. And no gold left for Argento, so he calls it thinking on, for instance, Winterfell is a possibility now. Just drawing 2. Now did he get it? Actually, Shadow City Bastard doesn't work this round because of the crown, right? Ah, that's the one I suggested. So he's taken both Dornish Spies, however the gold doesn't work. He can play 1, so he can play 1 on the power icon and then Starfall on the other power icon, but he doesn't have power himself, which means he will have to leave Argento on that 12 power on the faction card, unless there's something else. Could still have a Last of the Giants. There is some reduction on Water Gardens. So Mage in the military challenge. Grab Renown. Or do you need her to defend? That's a slight mistake, because that character cannot leave play. Dornish Spy will have to be claimed. And currently Argento is winning dominance, which wins the game. However, Last of the Giants into Lysa. And it's Radek in a better situation, but he didn't get it. Didn't have it. Yeah, he's drawn as much as he could, but didn't find a solution for this one. And as I said, this Stark deck, yeah, can survive so many of these resets, so much control. It still keeps coming back. That's been the case for years, basically. And even after the redesign, so before the redesigns, those Bear Island Scouts just searched the whole deck for all copies of themselves, and then got that Daisy or whatever as well, which was just crazy. And you got Summer to take stuff from the dead or discard pile, but still, it's very resilient and very well played here from Argento. Pointy end to get rid of Caitlyn's dupe was a bit unfortunate. And the crown, well, it was not completely useless here. Put Radek in a slightly awkward spot with that military claim. So very nice game between two fantastic players, and hopefully we have some more of the same. So we've seen already Gabriel and Hero last night, or yesterday afternoon actually, I think it was. And the other 2 games still to be played. So one is Wednesday afternoon, and not sure when the last one is. So we still have Super Duck against Mog. We now have the factions as well, so it's Martell Wars against Stark House with the Red Door, which I'm guessing is the Craig, so that should be interesting to see. And the last one is Alex on Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill against Floydos, who is playing Martell Conclave. So Stark and Martell dominating this top 8. Played 4 Martells and 3 Starks actually, and only one single Greyjoy. So hopefully we can bring you the other top 8 games as well. And I will of course watch the remainder of this Season 9 of the Friendly Open Series to see who our champion is. So that's all I had for you this evening. Hopefully you will join me next time as well.